Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fish Talk Show with myself, and Robert is my co host, Tian Aqua, and our guest tonight is Glitch Aquatics.
Hey,
Give people a few seconds. We already had Mystery Snail Guardian. She snailed it from the start, and Lefty's here. It always takes seems like 30 to 40 seconds to kick out the notification. I should start doing a countdown of some sort.
it's true.
And we got Sandy Dowdy. Hello.
Yeah, she,
Yeah, so
cat
it's
behind here.
is it snowing still down there where you're at, Robert?
Yeah, see, like actually, it hit Bob and Ed and them before it hit me, but it just started snowing about like 1 hour ago, and it looks like it's going to be a good one because it's coming down pretty
hmm
thick.
I think we have 2 inches already. It started out light. Now it's getting into the finer stuff, and then I think after that it's just going to dump the wet snow.
Yeah, that's what it really depends on. It's like if it's like that dusty stuff or whether it's like the thick, wet stuff.
Normally, if it comes up from the south, we get the wet snow, and the when it comes from up your way, I ain't worried about it because it's like a light dusty snow. But when
Yeah.
it comes up from the south, it picks all that moisture up.
hmm
Just it's heavy. Thank God I got a snowblower.
I'm kind of glad I live in an apartment. Like that's why when I moved out of the house earlier last year, I was like, I'm going to an apartment. I don't want to deal with any snow. I sprained my wrist shoveling snow last winter, and I'm like, I'm over it.
So, did you ever get that with no clothes? You know
I sure did.
that.
Yep.
Awesome.
My hair dryer. I'm like, woo.
She learned something new today.
Like I pointed it in the track, so like the hot air went down into the track. It's frozen closed now, but at least it's closed.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm not opening it again. And that battery, I sent you the update picture. It's got a big like frost circle on it.
Oh man,
It was frozen solid,
you got it
but I
in.
mean we had a
Oh,
couple days straight of like minus 30 Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
So
mm,
there ain't no
so
battery holding up
that's
to
super
that.
cool.
There ain't no
no.
battery holding up to that. We'll go ahead and start with the hellos. We have Sandy Dowdy came in, Jenny Lynn, Patty, Merrick, Degenerate Fish Keeper, Dave Farrell, T Bones, Dee Dee, Lumpy Dog. Please be nice to Robert. He deserves better. I'm always nice to him. Nice try, Lumpy. What's up, Eduardo? I am not biting you, even though you would like that. Uh, still in you. Monster Fish Gal. And it just jumped on me, of course. Uh, Mike's Aquatics and Things. All things fish. What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? It's nice to see you. BJ Palmer. Yes, it is snowing like crazy. And here in Virginia, mix of everything. That's what we get when it comes up from the Tri-Cities. Yes, you are exactly right. I think Aqua Garden Zen. And that's everybody. Oh, I didn't get Laura Sutton. How you doing? But yeah, it's stupid right now with all this weather. But
Yeah.
if you think about it, whenever I was a kid, I used to get 6 foot snow drifts. So it's been nothing compared to what I grew
No,
up.
no. I remember growing up and like we had like giant snow, what do you call those on the side of the road?
Snow drifts.
Yeah. And now. But I mean, then again, like in the city, they shave them down now. So,
Yeah.
but still, we don't get as much snow as we used to. I
Yeah.
find we just get it just more, like before, I think maybe it was more consistent. And now we just get like hammered with it. Like
Yeah,
a big storm.
it used to be it would, you would get so much every day. Now it's all at once.
Yeah. Which makes it
Hello.
more messy for
How
cleanup.
many
Yeah.
how many months does it like stay like cold up there?
Up here, it's usually not bad right up until like January, and then it's January to March where it's like real cold. Like February and March is usually our coldest months.
So you probably couldn't really do a lot. Like, when does it start getting cold up there? Like, what month would it get, we'll say, below 60s? Does it start?
Probably like October.
Oh, see, that still ain't too bad. You can still do summer tubbing in.
Yeah, like summer gets pretty warm here. It gets really warm. Like a lot of people are actually surprised. And like where I live, it's in a valley, so we're always like high humidity. So the humidex is usually like crazy high. So it gets really warm here.
So it helps, as opposed to if you lived up in the mountains there, it stays cooler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still not used to it though.
Yeah, because you were down here for a little bit then, weren't you, in the States?
Yeah, I lived upstate for a year and a half, and then my ex-husband got stationed in Germany. So we went over there for a year and a half. Well,
That gets cold there.
before we got separated.
I actually, whenever I was in the military, whenever we got deployed, on the way back, we stopped at Frankfurt, Germany, at the airport.
Yeah, the Air Force base or the airport?
The regular airport. It wasn't Ramstein or I forget what the other one is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that's how I got home. I flew one of those military flights where you gotta, because of a family member, you gotta wait for your seating.
Oh yeah, what do they call
available.
that? Oh.
But it's pretty cool because back then, like, you could just fly with your military ID card. You didn't need a passport, nothing.
Yeah, they called them military hops, I think.
Something like that, yeah. You just had to pay for your baggage.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if they still have that.
From Germany to, I think I flew into Fort Benning, Georgia. No, I went into Atlanta. It was, I think, with my bag, I had like a huge like hockey bag, and it was like $12.63 or something.
Oh my gosh, you ain't getting that nowadays.
No.
Oh man, just from here to Florida with one bag on Southwest is like $700 both ways.
And I think back then it was like they were either Delta or World Airlines.
Mm. Yeah, that's crazy. You don't see that price like that anymore.
No.
So how long have you been keeping fish?
I got back into the hobby 2 years ago, but I was keeping fish steady, like my daughter, I guess. Oh, Robert's got.
You hit a button.
I know all about that. I would say it was maybe like back in 2007. I had 2 larger tanks, and I had large Oscars. Like they were the size of like Kenny E's.
Yeah. So full
So I
ground.
had got them, and they were just little tiny ones, and then they were huge.
Okay.
But I got out of it. I don't even know why I got out of it back then, but I didn't get back into it until 2 years ago during the beginning of the sickness.
Yeah. A wonderful sickness. Ugh. Messes everything up. But it
Yeah.
actually got a lot of people back into the hobby, though.
Yeah.
I got back into it, I think it was 2018. Yeah. And then I started YouTube at the same time. Not really streaming much. That wasn't until like the following year. But the reason why I got back into it was because of my buddy that passed away. I brought his tank home and I dedicated it to him. And then I
Okay.
was like, huh, I actually want to learn this. I don't want to just jump in like I used to do it.
Yeah.
So what I did, I just went to YouTube because whenever I had problems with lawnmowers and stuff while I was fixing them, there were
Hmm.
certain things that would stump you. I said, well, there has to be something on here with fish. Holy cow, did that open up a new world.
Yeah. And see, like for me, like my whole life, I had these like reoccurring dreams of fish tanks being all through my house,
Okay.
like legit my whole life. And it's so funny because now that I do have fish tanks all through my house, those dreams have stopped.
Wow.
It's really strange. And it's like I would have like fish tanks. You know how like dreams are so weird. I'd have fish tanks in a room that I totally forgot about, and then I'd like see them and I'd be like, oh crap, and then but all the fish were still alive.
Hmm. That's actually the first time I've heard somebody ever say that.
Yeah, it's very strange. So, but I mean, my grandfather kept a lot of fish tanks as well. So I think maybe that's where it stemmed from. Like he had, I think my mom, I can't remember how many she said she thought he had, but it was like he had a large nook in his living room, and it was like wall to wall fish tanks.
So, what's your biggest tank that you own now?
It's the 100-gallon with my Bahaka.
Oh, nice.
Man, I'd love to have that. So
Yeah.
much stuff you could do with a 100 or 125-gallon tank.
Yeah,
This is fish size. We can just do that. You can get that and just have one fish for the whole thing or something, you know. But
pretty much. Like I'd love to have it as like a community tank because you could do so much with it, but with the Bahaka, you're really limited.
yeah, because now, does your Fahaka like to? Have you ever? Do you have any plants in with it first?
Yeah.
Does it tear them up or does it leave them alone?
I only have jungle val in there. Everything else, because he'll go around and he blows the sand looking for snails.
Uh-huh.
So what'll happen is because sometimes the snails will drop like a whole bunch in and they'll like hide like in the roots of the plants. So he'll blow and blow and blow, and then the roots are exposed and then they'll just float up. Well, the jungle val's usually pretty resistant to that.
Okay.
But and then also like he'll wallow. So like that's when they go underneath the sand to like kind of bury themselves. So if there's a whole bunch of plants in there, like you're just gonna get them all dug up.
So
Oh
it's
wow,
like
this is interesting. Stephen P said he's driving home from Aquafest. Him and Jess sold all their fish that they took there.
Yeah, they did
They,
really well.
they were the only freshwater booth there.
I think there was only like they said something about 5, which
That
That's
blows my
it.
mind.
yeah.
Well, it's good though.
They
He's
got to
been wanting
get
to get rid of
more
them.
freshwater in there.
Well,
Better than going home with fish.
you'll probably find out that next year might be a little different now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's their first one, right?
Yes, I believe
You
so.
know, as far as that event, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be kind of you know,
Hello.
slow, like
Mhm.
starting up, but as time goes on, to get their word out and stuff. It'll
Oh,
get
for
better.
no, it's the first time that they have, I think, freshwater, but I think they've been going for a couple of years, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't
Oh,
remember.
okay.
Hmm.
Well, Steven, as long as y'all had a good time, that's all that matters, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, at least
That's
it's worth
good.
the
You got all
trip,
your
right?
stuff sold.
Like you go home with no fish.
Yeah, you got money in your pocket instead of
Yeah,
bringing it.
exactly. It makes it worthwhile.
But if it was me, I was there, sold all my fish. I ended up putting that money towards some other fish to bring.
Yeah.
So in a way, it'd be a win-win.
Well,
And we got,
maybe not, right? Because there's
yeah.
other than them, there was only saltwater. So do you have a saltwater tank?
No, I'd be good then.
Yeah, me too.
Hello, Sunfish. We had Rico come in here also. So, do you have an all-time fish that you would like to get but can't really get it right now?
Not really. Like I would say like my Fahaka was that fish. And when I seen him online, he was no bigger than maybe a half inch when I got him. He was tiny.
Wow.
He was the size of like a baby pea popper. He was tiny. And I was putting in an order online and I seen them, they were $14.99. And I'm like, holy, like, that's crazy. So I went ahead and grabbed one because I've always wanted a big popper and I knew I was going to be able to get a bigger aquarium, whatnot. So I guess like the Fahaka is like my dream fish for now.
Okay.
They're just really fascinating.
Yeah, they're like a water puppy, ain't they?
Yeah, like I've been on video with Robert, and when I walk up to the tank with his food, like he does like a little tail skip and he's all excited, thrashing around in the water. He knows it's food
don't
time.
don't they have like really good eyesight to the point that you see? I can't remember where I seen it at, but I read something to where like they can actually see like 10 feet like
Yeah,
from the tank. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That if you walk in the room, they can actually see you coming from a long ways.
Hmm. And because I have my tank on the floor, him and my dog play.
That'd be funny.
So
Like
my
a
dog will
gangster.
go up to the tank and then he'll just sit there and just be swimming and looking at him. And then he'll take off across the tank. So the dog goes across and then he'll take off again. So like, it's like they're playing. It's funny.
Oh, you gotta do a video of that. I'd love to see that. That's
So I
pretty
have
cool.
one short of them kind of looking at each other and
I have
yeah.
to look for that. That's pretty cool. I mean, they do the a lot of the puffers that I've seen, at least in fish stores, because I had pea puffers, but they're so small you can't tell if they have a personality or not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you can tell they have personalities.
Yeah. They just sit there and stare at you. Like mine are staring at me right now.
So how many do you have?
The pea puffers?
Yeah. You got pea puffers too?
Mm-hmm. I'm a puffer girl.
Okay.
Pea
That's cool.
puffers, I think I have 9.
Oh,
And you
nice.
just have one Fahaka then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hello, Garcia. If anybody else joined in and I forgot to say hello, I apologize. It's Robert's fault.
Yeah.
At least it's not
I'm
my
just
fault
trying
for
to.
once.
Robert got broad shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stay on here because that's kind of why I'm not saying much because I'll joke because when I go to talk, because where it's like a bad signal, and
Yeah.
y'all freezing up on me, and I can't really time it like when y'all are done talking or whatever. So I'm just sitting here like,
Okay.
And it's storming there, so your connection's probably a little bit.
Yeah, for him, it does that when it storms.
Yeah. Well, Robert, you're looking like super tan down there. I'm jealous.
He must get a tanning bed.
no, just a lot.
Just
But I got one though. But hell, it ain't been used in like 10 years.
You have a tanning bed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just to see I didn't buy it for myself. I mean, it was actually it was kind of like something that you acquire, like when you're with other people, and just never got taken out of the freaking house,
Yeah. Shoot, I'd love to have one of them things.
Patty says you self-tan. Garcia says no, it's a spray-on tan.
You can really mess up with those self-tanners. Like, you can end up looking like an Oompa Loompa.
I love it when people look like that because I just laugh at them. Like the
Yeah.
joke's on you. You went and got spray tan and you look like an Oompa Loompa.
I did it once, and I took a nap right after when I got home. So I had like so much streaking like down my legs, and it just was bad. And I'm like, okay, never doing this again.
So you turned into a tiger then, huh?
Yeah. It looked terrible. Thankfully, it wasn't in the summer; it was in the winter. So,
so you were staying in the house anyways and covered up.
Yeah,
you weren't wearing shorts. And they were like, man, there's something wrong with that girl. She got striped.
Right? I'd probably be with the bleach, like trying to.
She might want to get that check. She looking like a zebra.
Yeah. No, leave it to me to like mess up anything like that. So I'm like low maintenance. I can't figure that kind of stuff out.
Low maintenance is the way to go. A lot less stress.
Cheaper.
So Nicole, where is Tucker at? Because I haven't seen him this whole time.
He's sleeping right here.
Oh.
Yeah, he's passed straight out.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, don't wake the Kraken.
Yeah.
He saw the tripod come out, and he looks at me like, "Oh, seriously?"
Oh man, we got a coincidence.
What happened? I tanned in one of those machines and fell asleep. Trust me, you don't want sunburn below the belt. I have never used one since.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you know how like they give you the little goggles when you go in them? Use those. Those are very important.
Oh yeah.
I forgot mine one time, and I was like, I should be okay. And I went in for 20 minutes. It's like not like one of those big like crazy turbo beds, but I went in for 20 minutes and I came out and I burnt my eyelids.
Really?
Let me tell you, that is the most painful sunburn I've ever had, because you blink, like you're always moving your eyes, right? And like it was so painful. And it's not like you can just lather on stuff on your eyelids because it'll get into your eyes, right?
Oh man, I never even would have
wear the goggles.
Because there was a time I used a tanning bed, my hillbilly ass, and I never wore the glasses. I didn't get my eyelids didn't get sunburned or nothing, but it did affect my eyesight for a while.
It does.
Did you have like some sort of like headache or any kind when you didn't have them?
No. But I did use one of those tanning accelerators, so that probably had something to do with it.
Oh yeah, you're like that's like putting cooking oil on yourself and get into a frying pan.
It's like applying lard.
Oh, that's freaking funny. Oh, you were into eating lobsters before you even got.
Yeah, that probably hurt.
Oh my.
That would hurt.
looked like a hot dog that got stayed on the grill too long.
Or in the microwave too long. Anyways.
Right?
Oh, God.
See, I'm behaving.
boy.
There's so much I could say, which I won't.
I'm trying because I'm still thinking about the shrink.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's like, no.
Oh, the hair.
Yeah. That set me off for the day. I just keep going,
Oh yeah.
Patty says butter and tanning bed number 3. You want some fried lobster? Here's some butter. Oh my. So you said how many tanks? Did we ask her how many tanks she has?
I don't think so.
No, we did not. So how many do you have up and running right now? So because you did move, right?
Yeah. So before I moved, I had 12, and now I have 19.
Oh, so that don't make
nice.
any damn sense. You gained 7 of them. Oh, I got more space in this apartment. Why not add more tanks? Makes sense.
No, because like before I moved, I was in a relationship, and like I was only allowed the tanks in that bedroom.
Okay.
So then I'm single and I have my own place, and I'm like, I can have them everywhere, do what I want.
Now, being as though you're renting an apartment, do they have a stipulation on it, or they just don't care?
No, like here, they made it recently where all the leases and whatnot, when you're in a rental, they're mandated by the province so that they can't put any funky stipulations in there. Like it's by the province. They make the lease terms, and that's what they have to use, because I guess landlords were getting a little bit crazy with their leases and it wasn't legal.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't say anything about the aquariums, and I made sure that because I have to have tenant insurance here, so I made sure my tenant insurance also covers it. And I live on a ground floor, so my floors are cement.
Yeah, I figured you would have been okay
nice.
there because you said that you were not too far from the boiler room. So I was like, well, that ain't an issue. It ain't going to go down through the ceiling and ruin somebody else's stuff,
That's it. Yeah. So that was my main objective when I was looking for a place, is I knew I wanted, and I had the Fahaka, so I knew I needed a larger tank eventually. So I knew, okay, I'm going to go with the concrete floors, and then I can just...
All you have to do is worry about leveling it and not supports under the floor.
Yeah.
Like I got a 55 up right above me in this other room, and the way the floor joists is run, well, the tank's running the same way, so it's not really sitting over them.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a let's see, what is that, a 4x4 and one of them jack supports under it.
Yeah.
Works pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Eventually, that's what I'll have to do when I move and get a house. But
now, is it common? Like, there's a lot of places that don't have basements. Like
we have all basements.
Unions have basements.
Mm-hmm.
So, because like for instance, down in Florida, a lot of them don't because of how the ground is. I was wondering if it was like that up there.
Almost every place here would have a basement. I guess like out west, like when you go into the mobile homes and stuff, they won't. But if it's like an actual house, it'll have a basement.
That's what you got to look for. Then you ain't got to worry about sports.
Yeah.
But it's always also nice to have a tank upstairs. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I built this, we put this together, and I still have tanks in my bedroom and
Hmm.
One in the living room got moved to the dining room because we ended up getting different furniture. There's only so much you can do with a 55-gallon.
It's true. I don't find them wide enough. Like I have one for my community tank, and if it was just a little bit wider, you could do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhat like a 75 or something.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think like even if I had a huge fish room, like I'd still have like all my tanks in my living room are all show tanks. So even if I had
Oh, nice.
even if I had like a fish room, I would still have my show tanks, like I think throughout the house.
I know I would.
Mhm.
I would. I kind of want to move the ones out of the bedroom because now I'm finding myself down here more. So I'd like to move at least the ones out of my bedroom down. Now the kids, I'll keep them in their rooms because it's theirs.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the 55 is always going to stay up there because soon I'm going to have to get something bigger for these fellows behind me. Or, well, probably we'll say girls and boys. And because they don't stay small.
Okay.
That cichlid gets big.
What are they?
Star Sapphire cichlids.
Oh, those are nice.
Got them from Peplin.
Okay.
This set, the first set that I got, that was my fault because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It's actually they would have been my first cichlid, and they needed hard water. So what is that? High GH. And
Okay.
I was like, man. So I ended up getting a hold of Peplin and was talking to him about it. I said, he goes, well, I'll sell you some. I said, well, that's fine. But I want to know how to set the damn tank up right first. So I went and got, it's a ragonite. And I
Okay.
had it sitting on top of the regular substrate. And they all still alive. So I did something right. Never tested to see what it was, but they're living. That makes me happy.
Exactly. Yeah, I recently got crushed coral. I was under the impression it was going to be like more crushed than it was, but it's
Yeah.
fairly chunky stuff.
Yeah, I
But
looked into that too, and I was like, no, I'm not looking for that. Hello, Diego. Trying to, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other stuff I'd like to do, but it it just costs so much money.
it's true.
At least for the startup.
Yeah.
Once it gets going, it's fine unless you have what happened to me because I was sick. You end up neglecting your tanks a little bit because physically cannot help it.
Hmm.
And it was like those 3 tanks felt bad for me, so they figured they would get sick too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's like after I moved, I was in university. So after I moved, I had exams and I had a couple papers to write before the exams. So my tank suffered a little bit during that time.
Yeah. I need to start doing a schedule because it would make it easier. Because I forget when I did the last water change, so there's times where it's like
I
2
got
days.
one of those little glass markers and I write it on the side.
That's smart.
Yeah. And then like if you, let's say you're watching your levels or something, you can write that as well.
Then what, you just use like a Windex to wipe it off?
I don't know. I just use like one of those razor blade scraper things.
Oh, because okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Snoochie Boots says he prints out calendars online for free, and each tank has its own calendar.
I did that. It's just I didn't maintain it. Whereas like when I do my water changes, I'll just take out the marker and just go around. And I'm planning to get another tank. I really want to, and it's hard not to, but I'm trying to plan to move across country in the summer. So I know, like, I'm going to have to take all these tanks down again. I'm going to have to rehome a lot of my fish. And just moving all of this is going to be a lot in itself. So I'm going to probably sell all my smaller tanks and stuff like that and just buy them when I get out there, because it just doesn't make sense to ship all of these out there.
How far away are you moving from where you're at now?
It'll probably be like I think it's like 3,000 kilometers. It's like clear across the country.
Oh, so you're going to the West Coast.
Yeah. Because here, it's too expensive to buy a house. Like even like a house in like a shifty neighborhood is like starting at like 400,000.
What?
So yeah.
What's it like over there?
Over there, it's like 100, 150.
Well, that's more manageable.
So yeah.
Then you can get what you want, and if you have to fix it up, you fix it up.
That's it. And that's my plan is, and I'll be able to afford to finish school as well. Whereas right now, like what I'm paying in rent right now, I'll pay over 75, over 5 years, I'll be paying $75,000 in rent.
Yeah, that don't make that. We used to rent too. Now, mind you, our rent was only $350 a month, $350 a month. Yeah, that was cheap, but it was a small place.
Mm-hmm.
And then, whenever we had our son, I was like, "We got to move because you already know what everybody's going to do. They're just going to start buying them shit, and then we're going to be crowded." And we had 2 dogs, Bull Mastiff mixed with Roddy.
Oh yeah.
Small one. And then we had a pit bull, which he was a runt. Of course, he was smaller than the horse that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got this place, and I just slowly fixing stuff up.
It. Like I'm paying $1,269 now for rent for a 1-bedroom apartment, where out there, like I'll be paying like considerably less. Like I'll have to rent for a year, but how cheap the rent is out there, I'll be able to save up for a down payment for a house in a year. So it's going to kind of suck relocating so far away from family and friends, but
that part does. But always make plans to save money and make a trip back.
Well, I'm 40 years old. Like I have to start thinking about retirement and, like renting at this price, and it's just going to continue going up. So it's like I'm going to end up having to work longer than I should just to be able to pay rent. So
yeah, and that would not be fun because when you retire, that cuts it in half, and you'd be looking for another place again.
Yeah,
that definitely makes sense up there. I did not realize how expensive it was up there to live. Now, what are the prices like on like fish stuff, like supplies and all that other stuff?
It's also more expensive. Like aquariums, 10-gallon goes for about $25. Like the larger like setups are more expensive. Like I see like American prices and then I see the Canadian prices, and it's like everything as soon as it passes the border, it jumps in price.
Yeah. So it's whatever their laws, and that's as far as I'm going with it. Chat. I see that, but somebody want to know what type of government's in Canada. I really don't care. I'm not getting into politics, but I was just curious because I have a buddy that was actually born up there, and he moved down here, and then got into the military, and he's still down here. He lives in Pennsylvania here with me, and he goes up there once in a while, and I always thought, he never talked about, like the price difference, because I was always interested in it
Hmm.
because I've been to Canada. It was Niagara Falls. Yeah, it was expensive, but I just thought it was because of its tourist attraction.
Hmm.
Now, no, it's just how it is there.
Yeah. The cost of living is very high. Like even our groceries, when I moved on base and we went to the PX and you could fill a grocery cart
Hmm.
with $100,
Yeah.
I was floored. Like here in Canada, that's like about $500 maybe. Like it's even our groceries, it's ridiculous. Our cost of living.
Well,
And then we have to pay more in power and heat and
that's all right, Bunny. I didn't say your name, so you were okay. But yeah, it's like yeah, it's really crazy like how much it costs to buy stuff now. Because I noticed just recently, like with the aquarium stuff down here, I always thought I was doing good with buying stuff, and then all of a sudden, when I got two 100-watt heater is like
yeah,
$27. I'm like,
yeah,
wait a minute, I thought it used to be this, but I didn't know.
right?
I didn't really pay attention to it. But
They recently went up because I bought a bunch last year and then my daughter was setting up a tank. So I was like, okay, well, because she had got a pea pupper and we put it in this tank for now. And I said, well, you're going to need a heater. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just jump on Amazon and grab you one. And it went from like $14.99 for a 50-watt heater to I think they were like 26. And I was like, what happened?
yeah, I don't know what happened. Well, I do know
Yeah,
what happened, but I
yeah,
didn't really like pay attention to it. That's ridiculous.
yeah. It's like right now, like because I work from home, and so I don't drive my car a lot. But
Oh
you
yeah,
almost don't want to because like wherever you go, like that's why I have my battery out to charge it because I could take it for a long drive, but it's like, well, then you got to pay for gas. It's
see,
like,
that's
no,
why I was trying to figure out for Aquashella, Orlando, which way would be the cheapest way to go. Well, my vehicle is not a car; it's a truck. No, it's
mhm.
not a 150. I figured I'll get a big truck, a 350,
Oh
because
yeah,
we like to camp and stuff.
diesel or
No, it's just gas.
mm,
I couldn't afford a diesel. Oh my god. Um, but I was just trying to figure that out because I do want to go to an Aquashella.
yeah, me too.
Orlando had been the ticket because I could have talked my wife into that one because she likes going down there.
Hmm.
Holy cow, we started looking at prices and it's like, no. Then I was thinking about
Yeah.
gas on my truck. No. I'm better off just to wait for Chicago if I can make it.
Right. Like, I wonder how long it would take to walk.
Start Forrest Gump
What
it
if I hitchhike?
just Forrest Gump it down there, but walk it.
Well, that's what was my thing because I really wanted to go to Triple Crown so I could meet everybody because there was going to be like so many people going. And initially, I was going to make sure to make plans to go. And I mean, with the move too, I won't be able to afford it. But when I started scoping out the flights, it was just insane. And then on top of that, the price of the hotel room. So like I'm paying with Canadian dollars, so there's already the exchange
Yeah, never
and then the price of the room. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to afford that. So I was thinking maybe if I move and get settled in, maybe I might be able to do the Texas one, the Aquashella. Maybe. Otherwise it has to wait.
Yeah, I think I'm doing Triple Crown in the Keystone Clash.
Hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, that was a lot of money right there for both of those. Uh, I guess I would say if this channel ever or when it does get over 1,000. I plan on using whatever money I get from that to put back into the channel and the hobby, so you get the footage and everything. But you could also use that to go to places like that just to help. I mean, I ain't gonna pay for it fully, but it's
the cost of travel is just insane. It's jumped so much.
Well, I guess I'm going with Patty. We're going to go in her Versa. Or I can go with Lefty in his Prius. It's not a Prius, but I like to say that to him.
See, if I knew someone up here that was going, like, I'd definitely hitch a ride with them. And, like, I even looked at, if I drove down to upstate New York and flew out of there, well, it was like the price, like, was cut in half. And I'm like, holy, like, really? Just to go international?
Oh, yeah. See, that's the thing. It shouldn't be like that we're connected. We're on the same stinking continent. So why is it like, man, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Hello, Levi. How you doing? There was other people that came in, and I know we got Alice on in here. I know I didn't say hi to him. Lefty's done eating his dinner. Hello, Ben. Scott's Aquatics is here. This is a new one for me. Don't know what that is. I have to keep an eye on that. It's a little fishy.
Yeah, it's those ones where it's like, are you incognito or are you just...
Yeah.
And then you want to like read it in your head and not say it out loud because you're like, is this a trick?
I ain't reading the names. I saw what they did at Jess on Ladies Night. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But I'd read it first and catch it before I spoke.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, I'm not saying that.
Yes, Alice, Sean. Susie Q's not going tonight. I think she posted on Facebook. Probably Monster Fish got booted. Good job. That's why we got these awesome mods.
Right. Lori's the bomb.
She is.
Like, she's on it. Like last night I'd go, and by the time I'd go to try to click it, it was already like done.
Yeah.
Zapped. Gone.
Yeah, she said an hour ago, no live stream for her tonight. Heading to bed early. Sounds like she may be under the weather, so hopefully she feels better soon. That's no fun. I am stream next. Huh? Oh, you're going to stream? Chris? Okay. Normally Susie Q goes after me, but she doesn't tonight because she's not feeling well. And then it's Bob with the Tennessee Fish Mafia. We do not have a guest tonight, but we will just wing it.
I think you guys are remembering Betty White tonight.
We are. It's one of the topics. Levi says I'm 48 away from 500. Wow. Well, Canadian, that's they start sending you money when it gets over a certain amount. All right.
At least like Canadians can get monetized on YouTube, which is nice because we can't get monetized on TikTok.
That would be stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not. I know why. It's a totally different platform. That's why.
Yeah. I built myself up because like I have a lot of followers on TikTok, a lot. And I was trying to get monetized, and then I got that high up, and then I realized that we can't get monetized. So now what I'm trying to see if I can do is maybe try to shift some of those over to my YouTube if I can. Like it wasn't a fish-based TikTok, but I mean, if I can, I think I can't remember if it's 6,000 or 4,000 I have, but if I can at least get a portion of them over, it'd be good.
Yeah. That wouldn't be bad.
Hmm.
You should. Lefty says you can get monetized on Twitch.
It's just like all the work that you have to put in to get up that high on TikTok. Like my videos on TikTok do really well. Like they're minimum like 200. Like I think I have one video, it went semi-viral. It's got 200,000 views.
I like watching it because I get good laughs. I'll be watching and bust out laughing. She's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm sending it to you. You got to see this shit.
This video, it's just me watching. It's a reaction video. Me watching this jig that they made
Okay.
for making like some corner cuts or something, and I'm like, wow, is it weird that I'm turned on right now? You know, because I'm just like mind blown. Like, but it's just because when I had my woodworking business, like that would have been so amazing to have.
Like, why didn't I think of this?
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
So
I guess in 8 minutes, everybody go to Multi-Tank Addiction for his stream this evening.
mhm.
And now everybody's picking on Robert, saying no one believes your signal is weak. Bunny's getting on.
Poor Robert.
Yeah, Kenny, no, she's not going tonight. She's not feeling good. And Chris is going to go at 7 instead. Multi-Tank Addiction. I got to watch it. So Haley, Oddball Aquatics, started doing them.
Mhm.
I haven't had a chance because I added her. I wanted to watch it.
They're really good because they're fish related.
Yeah, she makes it like a comedy fish related type thing.
Mhm. They're really creative. I like them. I just take videos of the puffers and slap them up there and hope for the best. It's just I like the funny sayings. Like I put a couple on my YouTube where like, you know, the voiceovers or whatever, and then you just have to like follow it. Those crack me up.
I got to get back into watching videos. I got busy.
Yeah.
And then it's like, there's so many videos to watch now. Sucks because you want to watch them and support, people that you're sub to or they're sub to you.
Yeah.
There's times where you can't, and I feel bad for that.
See, I try, like, even if I don't watch the whole video, which I'd like to, if I don't have time to watch the whole video, I try to watch like at least some of it. Or, like if I'm really in a rush, like I'll skip through a little bit, watch a little bit more. And then like I always make sure to smash that like and, put a comment. But it is hard to keep up with all the videos.
It is. Well, that's a perfectly good time to do it because you got time to waste, literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now Robert and Terry's going at it.
Robert and Terry?
Yeah, Robert asked him what he uses for his luscious hair. And he does his famous F you, Robert.
Yeah. I think that's just what Robert was looking for anyway.
You made his day, Terry. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, he's like, mission accomplished. Yeah, and like the other thing what I try to do is like, because I'm always casting stuff to my TV. So what I like about YouTube is you can build up a queue. So like if I'm doing a bunch of stuff and I'm not watching a live, I'll just build a queue. So like just build a playlist and then just let them play through. And whether I watch the entirety of it while I'm doing stuff, it's still playing through. I'm catching some or most of it.
Helps them with their watch hours.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. So then at least like I'm catching up on everybody's content and showing that support, but it's just playing on the TV as if like, you know, you have a show on TV that's you're not really paying attention to, right? So it's like it's playing that on TV and like rather than some random show.
You're going to catch some of it though too as you're doing it.
Yeah.
Because something will
Yeah.
be like take your oh man, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Then
That's why a lot of my videos I have to do voiceovers because there's always like lives or someone's video going on in the background.
Okay. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just hard.
Yeah.
We'll show this. What? We'll show this, y'all. Love you.
Oh, maybe she meant we'll say this, y'all. I don't know.
She's on her way back from the
Yeah.
We headed home.
Yeah.
Man, she just is no, I'll be nice. Never mind. I'll pay for it later if I'm not nice.
Exactly. She's gonna get you.
She will.
Talk smack now, she'll get you later.
Oh, okay. Will do. Thanks. Oh, okay. They're telling her to drive safe and stuff.
Oh.
That's pretty cool, though, that she's probably happy she don't have to come back with fish. I know I would be.
Yeah.
Because that'd have been a lot more added work because you got to rebag the fish.
Well, and then, like, wouldn't it, like, kind of stress the fish as well, like, having to bring them all the way home? Wouldn't they be a semi-stress, like, being in the bags for a couple of days and then coming home? Well, I guess not. I guess it would be the same.
She put hers in tanks. She took tanks as opposed to having bags.
Mm-hmm. I guess it would be the same as if you bought them there.
There would be a certain point that if, say, it's a long show, I know if it was me, you would have to eventually rebag them.
I always wondered how that worked.
You would have to rebag. Who was I talking? There was a guy at the Clash last year. He goes, yeah, I got to rebag these fish. And I was like, why? He goes, well, they came down in these bags. They need to get rebagged. I said, oh, that makes some damn sense. Even though you fast the fish, they're still going to be poop and all this other stuff.
Yeah, and the oxygen as well in the water, I guess.
Yeah.
The ammonia.
All right, everybody. We got 2 minutes left of the show. So I want to thank Glitch for coming up to be me and Robert's special guest, and he ran off.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you. And all the mods that were taking care of the lovely internet trolls that we get every once in a while. Mods, you got to have mods.
Yeah.
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to thank everybody for showing up. Next week I have a guest lined up, but I'm not sure if it's going to be there. If I got to get in contact with the person. And that's all I'm going to say. But all right, everybody, thank you. Y'all have a good night. Take care. I'll see you over in the chat at Multi-Tank Addiction. And later on at the Tennessee Fish Mafia. Everybody have a good night. Goodbye.
Night, everybody.